This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into this. All right, so we got Diddy talking about giving his publishing back, and then we got JEEZY getting a divorce. I told you so. I told you that was gonna happen. Okay, I hate to be right about this, but Hollywood weird marriages sometimes don't work, and that woman had been divorced multiple times prior. Always blame the guy. In this situation, that won't be the case, and I'll tell you why. All right, so we got Diddy, dropped the Love album. Of course, he's at the Breakfast Club today, and he's talking about giving his publishing, he was asked about, hey, are you and Mace in a better place? When you gave his publishing back, so hey, I did that 2 years ago. I reassigned it 2 years ago. It does not take 2 years. It does not take 2 years to reassign publishing. Maybe he wanted to get the guts out of it for 2 more years. I don't know what he's talking about. But he said the paperwork and everything. And, bro. You have people working. You have a team of lawyers working for you. Mace tried to buy his publishing back. Remember? Called him out 2 years ago. Would this even be happening if Mace didn't? Remember when Diddy tried to call out the Grammys? And Mace was like, I heard your Grammy speech about how you are now the artist and about how the artist must take back control. So I'll be the first to take initiative. Also, before we ask other ethnicities to do us right, we should do us as black people better, especially the creators. I heard you loud and clear when you said you were down for the artist. And my response is, if you do want to see change, you can make that change today by starting with yourself. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starved your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain that icon award on the iconic Bad Boy label. For example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago, in which you gave me $20K for half. Sheesh! $20K for half and made millions. Yo, Diddy should be sending each of these guys a check for $1 million, at least, with this, as a sorry. Because Diddy already got the guts out of it. As Mark Curry said best, it's like you smashed my wife, got her pregnant with 3 kids, then gave her back to me. It's true. You don't want to comply with this horrendous business model. However, people would always ask, what's up with Mace? So I would be forced to still perform and not look crazy when I was getting peanuts. And robbery would continue. Some of his greatest music, greatest moments in people's lives in music were lost. Yeah, he goes on and on. It's like he wrote a lot, and we've been through that before. Even 112, someone from 112 chimed in and said he wanted his publishing back too. Bro, these guys shouldn't get their publishing. Diddy bought their publishing for nothing, bro. For nothing. For a small $20K. He knew that if there was a hit, it would be worth so much money, bro. Like millions. Like he's probably made, oh man, Mace alone, many, many millions. If Mace was willing to buy it back for $2 million, imagine. Just imagine. Anyways, JEEZY. We'll get more on Diddy. So I gotta watch the interview and I gotta listen to the album before we can go in on more, because Diddy is not the best person in the world. Don't go for this publishing thing. And you know what? If you really give him part of their masters back to you, never do that. You'll never do that, because that's worth so much money. When Diddy sells his Bad Boy catalog, woo! We're talking 500 million to maybe more than that. It could QC got 300 million. But it's a newer catalog. It's possible, I guess. More than that, it depends on what the numbers look like. I have no idea what it generates today, but the Biggie stuff alone, someone will probably buy for $500 million because it's such an iconic piece of work. You know, the masters for that. So JEEZY and Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai had a problem with her last boyfriend. She was crying on The View. He's so bad. Jeannie Mai divorce. Let's see, Jeannie Mai divorce. What did she say? Filed for divorce. Okay, that's JEEZY. And see, I can only pull up JEEZY now. Her last divorce, the man filed, and she was crying. Well, JEEZY filed for divorce now and demands joint custody of their 1-year-old daughter, right? But everything looked so peachy just a week ago when she was with their daughter, showing his book, right? Which, you know, I get the salute to JEEZY. It was a New York Times bestseller. I know the play where, you know, when you're up there with the Charlemagnes and everything, and you're in these, you go with the right publisher. They guarantee you will be a #1 New York Times bestseller. You get it for the look. It's done by purchasing books, which is fine. You know, the music industry's been doing it with albums for years. They do it with streaming. You know, whatever. That's a whole nother story. Anyways. He put his book out, got that accolade on. You know, it's like he's building up his accolades. You know, they're you know, these are things he wants to check off on his, you know, to-do list for life. She said, today I celebrate a remarkable milestone achievement. My husband, JEEZY, whose memoir Adversity for Sale has soared to the New York Times bestseller list. Your story has always been an inspiration to me, but seeing it in print has left me more in awe. Blah, 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 blah. I endlessly grateful for your voice in this world. Honored to walk beside you, my love. JEEZY even left a heart because he was probably trying to buy time. Like, she has no idea. I'm about to do her dirty like all my other artists. But, you know, he didn't do her dirty. There's something up with this girl. Why would two men file for divorce? You know? Yeah, man, these two were taking bike rides together. Yeah, this was not. She was getting JEEZY out of his comfort zone. I'll give her that. Public bike rides on IG, picnics in the park, professing love for each other publicly. This was new for JEEZY. Public love, you know. He might have seen that Keisha Cole, you know, that Keisha Cole performance with Diddy and been like, I need Keisha back in life. Because, man, he ran. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. I can't wait to hear her on The View crying about this one. Or they'll come up with a weird explanation. I think that's more the case on this one. She won't vilify him. She'll say, oh, you know, we did this for legal purpose. You know, they'll do. Come on, they're gonna do something like that. But trust me, it's over. It's over. Peace.